I'm Peter Delamere. I'm at the Geophysical Institute, part of the Space Physics Group, and also Physics Department.
And you have several people that work with you are presenting posters down here, a lot of your students and coworkers. That must be pretty exciting.
Right, so I have 5 graduate students here and a research associate. We're presenting results mostly related to Jupiter and Saturn, surprisingly. My interests at Jupiter and Saturn have to do with the aurora, those giant planets. Fascinating aurora. We have a new mission that's currently orbiting Jupiter called Juno. It's in its 3rd orbit. We've got some amazing initial results that we got to see for the first time at this meeting. Really a rich time for the graduate students, certainly, to witness the release of data. In fact, we saw data that was downlinked from last Sunday at this meeting, that recent.
I spoke with one of your graduate students who's studying ions and Pluto, and the difference between data and modeling.
Yes, so over a year ago, the New Horizons spacecraft flew past Pluto, and we've got a project working on trying to understand the solar-wind interaction with that diminutive planet. So we've been working with some of the data folks from that mission, trying to understand what they're seeing in their data by doing modeling. Again, the models that we use are general to space physics applications. It doesn't matter whether it's Earth or Jupiter, Saturn, it can be Pluto. These are all very fundamental space physics issues that we're wressling with.
Have you come to AGU before? Have you been here many times?
I believe my first AGU was 1992. I'm very familiar with San Francisco now.
It must be great to reunite with some peers and to just have a great week just thinking all about the work that you do.
Yeah, the unfortunate thing with AGU is it's so large that you really only feel like you're just touching the tip of the iceberg here. There's so much you can go. There are parallel sessions, so sometimes, for example, you just have to farm out tasks to members within the group. Somebody, you go and attend that session, I'll be over in this session, and we'll talk about it later.
Do the graduate students that work with you, do you check in on them at their posters? Do you sort of let them do their thing? Do they practice with you beforehand?
Right, I try and let them do their thing. I'm in the area, so if there's a question, I can come and discuss it as well. But I try and leave them alone. Most scientists are very forgiving to graduate students. They understand and are very supportive. So as a community, we do a very good job at supporting each other's students.
Why is Fairbanks a great place for you to do the work that interests you?
So I love the aurora. That's why I'm in this field. I was a graduate student at UAF. Everything that I do in my research is motivated by understanding the aurora, even if it means going to other planets. And in fact, Jupiter is really the reason that it was the interaction between its moon Io and the planet itself that drew me there, because Io makes its own aurora at Jupiter. And it's a unique situation where you can really start to address fundamentals of auroral physics in a very, very simplified system. But at the same time, Jupiter has many, many other auroral features which are very complex and difficult to understand. And so in terms of auroral physics, doing comparative studies, I think is very useful to try and understand terrestrial auroral physics. So ultimately, I always come back to Earth. I come back to what we see in Fairbanks, but going to other planets can be very, very informative.
How is understanding the aurora good for me as a person who is not a scientist?
So for me, it's natural curiosity, and what I love is you can talk to anybody in Fairbanks, and as soon as you say the aurora, everybody's got that same natural curiosity. What is it that makes this absolutely spectacular phenomenon? We still don't quite understand all of it. I would love to be able to distill it for the general public. It's an ongoing challenge. How do I bring this down to earth for other people to understand? But I think that we all can agree that it's just one of those wonders of nature that we're all fascinated with.
How do you feel, aurora research has been going on in Fairbanks for decades. How do you feel being a part of that tradition?
Oh, I feel it is an absolute honor to be at the Geophysical Institute. We have such a rich tradition in the field. It's, so much of the groundbreaking work was done in Fairbanks in this field. So I consider it a real privilege to be part of that.